2-0 the Rams lead. Chris Commons' first half goal, a nonchalant flick over Paddy Kenny, and James Bailey's delightful drifting right-footed curler that doubled the lead. Here's Schifka, gets it across towards the front post. It's tapped goal bound from, well, it was John Brayford on the edge of the 6-yard box. It's cleared though by Queen's Park Rangers, up to Jamie Mackey. Defending is Gareth Roberts. It's back to Kaspers Gorks. Gorks infield to Buzaki, and back to Forlan. Forlan with his left boot. Queen's Park Rangers have broken at pace, but then it's been held up to the edge of the 18-yard box, to the edge of the halfway line rather, and the Rams have done well to stifle the Queen's Park Rangers attack as they come through with Leon Clark, the former Sheffield Wednesday man. It's picked off by James Bailey. That's the ball with his left boot. That's going to run well clear, and Paddy Kenny will pick it up for Queen's Park Rangers.
Burton Albion pegged back in League 2, 1-1 now at Cheltenham. Cheltenham 1, Burton Albion 1. Wesley Thomas with that goal for Cheltenham.
6 to go at Pride Park. The Rams lead 2-0. BBC Radio Derby. Leon Clark toes it infield to Forlan. Derby battling again, once again with Paul Green. This time it comes to Mackey. Tries to slice the Rams' defence and has managed to do so. Comes out to the far side, and Sean Barker puts these size 10s through it and manages to get it to the halfway line. Queen's Park Rangers bang one long again. That one for Leon Clark. That's going to be difficult. Bywater comes out and punches. It's a good punch though, with one fist from the cage fighting fan Stephen Bywater. Plays the ball through to Martin. Martin tried to find Moxley just for a second. It looked like he might be able to break through, but Paddy Kenny quickly out of his goal. Leacock with a backwards header to Bywater, who very cleverly buys a couple more seconds by holding it up.
Yeah, done well, David Martin. Moxley's made a good run. He's done well again up there, Moxley. He's worked very, very hard, closing people down. And just for a change, Warnock's having a rant.
I have to say, David Martin's come on and looked fairly lively down the left-hand side, Roger. Gives him a nice balance with his left foot and his pace.
He's got pace, and he'll run up people. Yeah, he's done okay since he's come on the left-hand side.
Derby County 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0. BBC Radio Derby, the station you're listening to. 85 minutes on the clock here at Pride Park. Can't imagine we'll have too much injury time. There's been plenty of substitutions, but and that'll almost certainly chalk up 3 minutes. But Queen's Park Rangers have it on the left-hand side, far left. It's just nicked down the line to Leon Clark, being marshalled by John Brayford. Ball comes back to Gorks through the centre for Forlan, but he's being challenged all the way back. He's gone all the way back to his goalkeeper, and that's because of Robbie Savage.
Yeah,
never let him have a second. Did really well, didn't he, the Rams skipper.
Looks as though there's going to be no fairy tale for Luke Varney. Fulham have just equalised at Blackpool. Varney had put Blackpool in front. Blackpool 2, Fulham 2, and Burton now behind. Josh Lowe scored for Cheltenham. They lead the Brewers 2-1 at Wadden Road.
Well, keep closing at half, keep push out and don't give them any room up there.
It's been a performance full of energy from Derby County, and typified, really epitomised by James Bailey. Here's Sean Barker, long ball. The Rams looking for their first clean sheet of the season here at Pride Park, or anywhere for that matter. They lead by 2-0. And this is what we've been saying all season long, really, Roger, isn't it? Although it's only 4 games old, or 4 league games old, if you can keep a clean sheet, you're in with a chance.
Of course you are, of course you are.
And as obvious as that sounds.
Yeah. Well, you'll have a point, won't you?
Here come Queen's Park Rangers through the centre. Sean Barker stands his ground. Just for a second I looked to the referee. Sean Barker it was. It just obstructed his man, but obstructed him fairly, if that makes any sense. Did enough to stop him, didn't he? Stood his ground.
He stood his ground, didn't he? Didn't go anything.
And that's the cue for Queen's Park Rangers fans to start leaving.
Is number 16, James Bailey.
Oh, God, that's something else, right?
I'm not sure. Sure. Have you been speaking to Dave the Psychic Octopus, Roger, or something? You seem to be on the money at the moment.
Paul the Octopus.
Yeah, that's it.
Superb
Dave.
Not Dave.
Yeah, that's
how bothered I am about the Octopus. I'm sick of that Octopus, by the way. He wouldn't have called this one this afternoon, I have to say. Queen's Park Rangers came here, played 3, won 3, scored 9, conceded 0. But with 3 minutes to go at Pride Park, it's Derby County 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0. And the Rams, great value for it. Great value for it, Roger. This is the kind of performance that they've threatened in the early games. But here comes Leon Clark through the centre. Barker toes it away with his left foot, not convincing until Brayford puts his foot through it. You can just hear there's intakes of breath around Pride Park, isn't there? There's a few nerves around as Queen's Park Rangers hammer the ball long. Adjumang wins it in the air, but it's going to run out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick to Derby, and it's going to eat up more precious seconds here at Pride Park. And at Queen's Park Rangers end, they don't seem convinced that they're going to get back into it. It's almost emptied already.
They've those two of the centre defence have done brilliant today as well.
Yeah,
Leacock and Barker, they've done really well.
I guess, I mean, this is what Derby are going to build on, isn't it, this season? Last season, Nigel Clough was lucky if he could put the same defensive pairing back together for a full game, let alone a string of games. This season, those two now have played together for the last 3 games, and you're starting to see an understanding. You're starting, and more importantly, I guess, you're starting to see both of them come into some form and come into some fitness, because Dean Leacock, you say James Bailey for man of the match, Dean Leacock's been excellent this afternoon.
I thought that, there's been lots and lots of good performances, but if you want a man of the match, they do have one, and I think he's been brilliantly done brilliant today, James Bailey again. Plus his goal was exquisite, as you say.
The thoughts of former Rams striker Roger Davis on BBC Radio Derby. Forward come the visitors. Barker's across there defending for the Rams. Puts the challenge in with his left boot. Didn't take any prisoners with that one. Sean Barker out of play. Throw into Queen's Park Rangers. Still plugging away Neil Warnock's side, as you'd expect. Throwing on the edge of the 18-yard box. Towed in by Clark. That's missed by Bailey. Loops up in the air. Stephen Bywater collects it on the edge of his 6-yard box. He's got Adjumang behind him. Watch out, Stephen. Watch out, Stephen. As Adjumang, Bywater's bouncing the ball on the penalty spot, and Adjumang's just trying to make himself as inconspicuous as possible just behind him. Fortunately, Adjumang is 6'3" and pure muscle, and I think you'd know if he was coming. Bailey toes the ball forward. Since being named man of the match, Bailey's misplaced 3 passes.
He's in a bad spell since he got man of the match, right?
4 minutes. 4 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this second half here at Pride Park. That's the 90 just ticked over as Leacock gets the ball away for Derby. Adjumang goes down, but the Rams have managed to force Queen's Park Rangers all the way back to Paddy Kenny. And 4 minutes then of stoppage time. 4 minutes for the Rams to hold out and earn a second win of the season. Here's Bailey. Hold on to it, James. Plays it up to Dean Moxey. Great hold-up play from Moxey, who starting to look the striker. Forward down the line, left line. Martin watches it out of play. Sifka rather watches it out of play. Hairs after it. Perhaps shows his inexperience and his age there, Roger. He should have been limping towards it, shouldn't he? As if... Well, we're going to have a substitution. Nigel Clough perhaps trying to buy a little bit more time. Callum Ball is going to enter the fray for the Rams.
It's a young lad, plays up front, isn't he, in the reserves? Yeah.
Ball number 26 as we go into the second minute of the 4 of stoppage time here at Pride Park. Leon Clark toes it through to Adjumang. It's Adjumang one-on-one with Sean Barker, edge of the 18-yard box. Barker's got across, Adjumang's still going, toes it in, and it's going to nestle into the bottom left corner. That is going to make for a very, very awkward last few minutes for Derby County, because Patrick Adjumang, there's 1 or 2 handbags in the goal as Leacock goes to collect it, but Derby have conceded a goal in the very dying seconds of this game. There's 2.5 minutes of stoppage time still at Pride Park, and Derby have conceded. It's 2-1. Patrick Adjumang, the substitute for Queen's Park Rangers. Dear me.
I thought it was too easy for us to go and not give us any blood pressure.
Well, that's ridiculous, really, isn't it? One-on-one he was with Sean Barker. Barker just could not make it, and eventually Adjumang reached it, poked it beyond Stephen Bywater, who'll be desperately frustrated. The Rams' defence will be desperately frustrated, Roger, at conceding a goal.
Yeah, because they've defended well all day, being there away and concede that goal.
Well, Callum Ball enters the fray for Derby County. What a time to come on for the young forward. He replaces Dean Moxey, and now we've got 1.5 minutes of absolute tension here at Pride Park.
Let's push forward, let's defend all over the park. They'll get up there with them, don't give them that room.
Referee had called 4 minutes of stoppage time. We've had 2 minutes and 40 seconds of that as Bailey picks it up in the centre circle. The Rams looking for a second win of the season after that opening day victory over Leeds at Ellen Road. Savage heads it in the air. Adjumang gets it, getting involved with Savage. The ball down the left line, eating up more precious seconds for Derby. 1 minute of stoppage time to go here at Pride Park. I knew there was a reason I put my stop clock on for this game. Adjumang has it, right line, tries to go round Gareth Roberts, still going Adjumang, just shows his pace, tries to drift across Paul Green, and the Rams have got a corner to defend here at Pride Park. Dear me, 45 seconds of this game to go, Roger. Queen's Park Rangers have got a corner kick. It's going to be taken by Buzaki. Buzaki, right foot, up towards the back post, headed away by Sean Barker. Fantastic. And here comes Shifka down the right line. Just keep the ball, Thomas Shifka. 30 seconds until the Rams can say they've won another game. Plays it forward to Bailey. Bailey's onside, edge of the 18-yard box. Bailey to seal it. Oh, into the arms of Kenny, and it's come off Callum Ball, and eventually Queen's Park Rangers can pick it up. Bailey had the chance to wrap it up there. 10 seconds of normal time to go here at Pride Park. Long ball through the centre. Brayford heads it away. It's picked up by Ball and eventually comes to Paul Green. The Rams just need to hang on to it. That is the end of the 4 minutes of stoppage time on my watch as it's lifted down the right line. Referee Mark Hayward looks at his watch. Derby seconds away from recording a second victory of the season. Referee whistle in his lips. Paddy Kenny has it. Long ball played straight up. Referee still not blown his whistle. Leacott wins the aerial header. It's come down onto the edge of the 18-yard box. Here's QPR. They've scored. My word, Derby County from 2 goals up in stoppage time. Queen's Park Rangers have levelled it. Well, I never. Disaster for Derby County. In the dying seconds, 4 minutes of stoppage time have gone, and it's Jamie Mackey who scores for Queen's Park Rangers, and they've levelled it at 2-2. That is unbelievable.
That's absolutely insane. I believe it. I'm just waiting for the whistle and waiting for him to blow it. That's all I'm waiting for. And Mackey's got in there. I'm thinking there's nothing, it's just a kick upfield. And so that's how long it takes to score a goal. Just seconds from one end to the other of James Bailey having a chance that we could have been 3-1 and been buried. That Jamie Mackey has gone and scored at the other end. This game of football never fails to amaze you, does it? It really doesn't.
With 90 minutes gone, Derby County were 2-0 up. 92 minutes gone, 2-1 up. 94 minutes gone, the Rams 2-2. I mean, it's a sickener. It's an absolute sickener for Derby, who performed admirably this afternoon here at Pride Park. Yep. But somehow they've conceded 2 late goals. The referee had his whistle in his lips for the long ball over the top. And there he blows it. Well. It's the Queen's Park Rangers fans who celebrate at the right-hand side of me. It's the Derby County fans who leave with disbelief etched on their faces. How have Derby been pegged back from 2-0 up to 2-2 in stoppage time at the end of the second half, Roger Davis?
It's like a loss, isn't it, that when you've been 2-0 up and that's 90 minutes, and they, we've been praising the central defenders that how well they've played, and for 90 minutes they have done, and we've just gone. I mean, the Mackey one, he's turned, he's got in the box, he's gone on and scored. And the other one, he's run back and he hasn't been able to get to him, and left one-on-one, they've scored from that one. So it's disappointing. I think they're bad goals, but for 90 minutes we have performed extremely well, and 4 or 5 minutes of extra time you've let in 2 goals. I
mean, that will feel like a defeat to the Rams players today.
It will do, and just hopefully, what it'll do to them. Keep your confidence. You've played well for 90 minutes. Come on, you're nothing to be ashamed of. It was a good performance. These were top of the league, and you thoroughly deserve what we had. And we've been done in 4 minutes, which is so disappointing. Done
in 4 minutes of stoppage time, Derby County. Chris Commons gave the Rams the lead on 39 minutes with a lovely toad finish over the top of Paddy Kenny. James Bailey doubled the lead for the Rams on 58 minutes with a delightful curling effort. But the Rams undone in stoppage time here at Pride Park. 92 minutes in, Patrick Adjumang outpaced Sean Barker, slotted it into the bottom corner. 94 minutes beyond the end of stoppage time. I'm sure Nigel Clough will have something to say about that. Jamie Mackey, edge of the 6-yard box, drilled past Stephen Bywater, and Queen's Park Rangers somehow rescued a point. Here at Pride Park, it's finished Derby County 2, Queen's Park Rangers 2 somehow.
Mark, thank you very much indeed, Marc, Vesty and Roger.